Hello and welcome to NSK's PV Power Hour for May 26th, 2017. My name is Yoshi. This is a podcast about Japanese idols brought to you by newschoolkaidan.com, and I'm joined by the constant of this podcast, the man who's always here, the perfect attendance award winner, Charlie Draco Cowden.
The ever faithful.
Yes, you never let me down, bro.
Until I go on vacation.
Until you go on vacation, and we'll always, always take our breaks from time to time. So yeah, we're back. We're back to do another show, guys. Talk about more Japanese idol releases. Kind of a slow week in terms of quantity, but hopefully it'll make up in terms of quality. So we got a couple things to talk about. First up, Bandjanaimon, Metamorizer.
Metamorizer.
Is that a word?
I think it's supposed to be like a play on like mesmerizer.
Or metamorphosis?
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe the two combined.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know.
Like nothing that happens in the PV makes any gives us any hints as to what it would mean. So
I'm pretty sure that's not an actual word.
yeah, they just fucking made it up. So yeah, the Bandjanaimon, the classic. We're not really a band, but we're idol group, but we're not really an idol group. We're a band kind of group.
We're an idol group that plays at being a band.
Yeah, I mean they do play their instruments, which is fucking awesome.
That they do. Although not in this PV too much.
Not in this PV so much, but, usually it's, like, the drummer and then, like, one guitar player, for the most part, what I've seen.
Yeah, maybe two guitarists.
Yeah, I see a bass in this PV, but no one touches the bass or the guitar, so...
Yeah, there's a guitar, too. No, they played the guitar on the other girl's leg instead.
Right, that does happen during the bridge. Yeah, the tall member, the green, she puts her leg up and the other members are, like, strumming her leg as if they're playing guitar, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, this song, like the intro, as soon as it started, it sounded like Stardust Bowling. Do you remember Stardust Bowling by Team Shachihoko?
Yeah.
It sounds totally like Stardust Bowling. So I was thinking it was written by the same person. I don't know if it was Hyadine that wrote Stardust Bowling, but this one doesn't have any credits as to who wrote it, so I'm not sure. Oh, actually, it is 4 people, but it is not Hyadine, so...
Yeah, I'm not sure... I mean, I'm not sure who wrote the Stardust Bowling. If...
Yeah, I don't remember.
And the Wikipedia doesn't say, so...
Nice. It's kind of unfair to distill this genre to just, it sounds like one song and takes influences from, Dempa Gumi-ish. Especially considering Red has the most anime vocals ever. So it's hard to ignore that and avoid the comparisons to Dempa Gumi. But yeah. Rock, I guess.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, it takes a little bit of Dempa, a little bit of Stardust. And it's an upbeat, it's an alright song. I'm not a huge fan of it.
Yeah, I was hoping it would be a little more catchy, I like the energy. I like the instrumental work. I really like the fact that they play their own instruments. So it's great. I love seeing the drummer actually hit the right, parts of the drum set. So it's great. I like seeing that. And she sings at the same time, so that's great. I love that. I love Phil Collins. So this is totally awesome in that sense. But yeah, the song I just wish was a little catchier. The hook isn't strong enough.
I think that's an issue with Dempa influence songs. I never really feel the hook in Dempa songs.
Yeah, I think for me it has to be like a really good Dempagumi song for me to really get into.
Yeah.
It can't just be like, oh, this group copied Dempagumi and they shout out a good song. No, it has to be like Dempagumi, and it has to be a good Dempagumi song, not like an average one for me to really get into.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, this isn't exactly Dempa, but you can definitely hear the influences of it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's all right. I think the song's all right.
Yeah, it's alright.
No, the
Uh,
PV on the other hand, it's it doesn't have a story. There's no plot. It's just all performance shots, with random locations. You know, one's outside in a field or a quarry of some kind, and the other shot is like inside a warehouse and also slash stage.
there's also, like, I don't know if it's a warehouse or a factory. And they just got, like, the loading area of the factory that they shot.
Mm-hmm.
Because in a couple of the shots, it definitely looks like a factory.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Um,
Factory or warehouse of some kind. Yeah.
yeah. And then, yeah, this stage.
And
It's.
it's not very cohesive. It goes from like the outside to suddenly into the factory, and it's kind of weird. It doesn't make any sense as to why that would happen.
Yeah.
I'd be totally fine if it all took place in that, in the quarry or in the factory, like one or the other would have been fine. But it's just kind of weird that it goes from one scene or environment to another, and without like going through phases, it's just back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah. It's colorful.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, members are color coordinated and stuff, and they have like colors, behind them in the warehouse
Umbrellas.
factories. Yeah.
Their
So
little paper umbrellas that they got.
yeah,
I don't know what is. Do those have a name or are they just umbrella?
I think it's just umbrella. I think it's just a casa. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I wasn't sure if that particular style had a name
I'm
or
sure it
not.
has some technical name, but I think you can just refer to it as a
Yeah.
umbrella. Yeah. So it's shot nicely. It's pretty dynamic. Except for the performance shots, it's kind of weirdly static. They're just dancing.
Oh yeah. The
So,
camera's pretty static.
and I'm mainly talking about like the one where it's just the two members dancing and stuff. It
Yeah.
only happens doesn't happen that often, so it's not terrible, but yeah, it's just
Yeah.
kind of weird. So, because the rest of the shots are very dynamic, the camera moves with the movement of the members and stuff. So, yeah,
Yeah. Except where they're walking through the quarry or whatever it is.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
some very random props, set pieces, like the random thank you that they have written out.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I wasn't very interested in this PB.
Yeah.
But then I'm not really invested in the group either.
Even if this was a group you're invested in, like let's say like I don't know, trying to list a group that we're both invested in. The first thing I could think of is Morning Musume, because the next thing we're going to talk about involves a Morning Musume member. But
Well, I was thinking Momoclo.
okay, sure, Momoclo, yeah.
This would still be boring.
Yeah, it'd be boring as hell. Like you would expect more from Momoclo, right? At that point,
Yeah. Or
So-
even, Sachi Hoko or Takoyaki Rainbow.
all right. It's just this PV could have been really goofy, but it's just not goofy enough, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a little disappointing, but not terrible, not bad for sure. All right,
Maybe
anything
that's
else?
the artistic value to them.
I don't
the
know.
artist in them coming through.
I don't know.
Uh, a rating wise, I would probably give this I'd give this song like a 78. Yeah, that's a good C plus. The PV I'd give like a 70. It really it's shot fairly well in most cases. There's a couple of scenes where it's got like a sepia filter or just the lighting's weird, but um, yeah, it's just boring. Not
Yeah,
not interesting. Not enough action to
yeah. It's
bring
just
it
not goofy
together.
enough. Yeah, I wish it was a little more goofy. I'll give the PV a 75. It's shot nicely. It is washed out in some points, but I really enjoy seeing Idol's drum, and this girl is probably like the best Idol drummer ever. So, just looking at technique wise, not we're not taking into consideration people who learn how to play drums like the ones from AKB or Paspo. I'm talking. This girl actually has been playing drums for a long time, from what I can tell. Just the technique is really good and stuff, and I enjoy seeing that. But yeah, it's not a super interesting PV. Song, I'll give it 77. It's catchy, sort of. It just none of it really sticks, but I don't hate the song, so it's okay, I guess. It's Bandjanaimon, Metamorizer. Next up, are you ready to go back to your hometown? Because
I'm already there.
Kamiishinaka Kana. Fuck. Say that 10 times.
Yeah.
So that is a combination of the last names of the members in the group,
Okay.
which is Kami Kokuryo Moe, Ishida Yumi, Nakajima Saki, and Kanazawa Tomoko. Fucking the laziest fucking subunit name of all time, I think.
Pretty typical for this.
Yeah, but come on.
Uh,
Hyphen or Dolphin Flapper is a better name. Whatever the fucking group was. It was like Suzuki Airi and fucking Sugai Risako and someone else. Is it not? Is it Miyabi? I don't remember. But like,
No,
there's
I don't know.
Hyphen and like P-Berry is more
Yeah.
interesting than this group name. So
Yeah, I remember P-Berry.
yeah. So first thing I noticed with this PV is that 3 of my Oshis from their respective groups are in here, and I was like, "Oh shit, let's go!"
And
So,
then you heard the song and you went, oh.
you know what? You know what? I don't hate this song. I don't dislike this song. It is. You can dismiss this as another ballad, but I think this song has a strong hook in the chorus, especially in the chorus. It's catchy. Like I can see myself humming to this.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
melodically very simple and straightforward, but it's very catchy. So
Yeah.
this is a ballad or balladish song done right.
It's, I'm not sure I'd quite classify it as a ballad.
Yeah.
It's very sentimental,
Like the
but
verse is super ballady. It's just the piano and there's like literally nothing else.
but I'm not sure I'd consider it quite a ballad.
It's a little faster, I guess. Yeah.
I found myself enjoying it,
Mm-hmm.
even though none of my favorite members are in this.
Fuck you.
Come on, the only member I actually recognized when I first watched this was Saki.
The fuck?
Well, okay, I recognized Ishida, but
Okay, how long? I was about to say, how long does Ishida need to be in Morning Musume for you to recognize her?
I recognized her face. I couldn't think of her name.
God damn it. That sort of, cements her status in Morning Musume
Yeah.
as that kind of member. Sadly, as I cry manly tears. So yeah, it's a nice mid-tempo ballad. It's a little upbeat. It's not super slow. It's not a sleeper graduation Sakura piano ballad, as we're used to hearing from idol groups. So this is a really well done, subtle song.
I have to say, Nakajima sounds pretty good at this song. Probably one of the better ones that I've
But
heard her sound in.
still not very good. Unfortunately, vocals are not her strong suit. It's her
No.
dancing ability that is her
Yeah.
strong suit. So
Yeah, her strong suit is definitely not singing.
yeah, and unfortunately, it really isn't Ishida Ayumi's or Kanazawa Tomoko's either. In my opinion, I'm sure people out there will harshly disagree, but I don't think Ishida Ayumi's voice fits for a song like this. She has a thicker tone, and I don't know if it's perfect for a subtle, light song like this. And I noticed the straining in her solo lines, and same with Kanazawa Tomoko. Kanazawa Tomoko sounds like Yajima Maimi. She is basically Yajima Maimi 2.0. They have that very nasally kind of quality to it, you know? So, not really the most, not the best vocals out there. And I'm
So
saying this as an Oshi, as a person who Oshis them.
so let me get this clear in my head. The one with the short dyed red hair, or whatever color it is,
That's
brown.
Kanazawa Tomoko for me.
Okay.
I almost said Anjuramu. It's Juice Juice.
Yeah. Okay. So the other one with the black hair is from
Angami.
Anger Me.
Yeah, she's the newer member. She's not the newest member.
Okay.
She's the
Because
newer.
I didn't recognize her,
Yeah.
and I'm just kind of going, okay, we got cute Morning Musume. Is it Juice
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 Juice.
or Anger Me that the other ones that Kana's from? I couldn't quite remember. I recognized her, but I could not remember which group she was in.
Hmm.
And then the other one, I'm like, I have no clue.
Yeah.
I probably had to look at the description to see exactly which groups it was.
You need to step your name and faces game up, son.
My name and faces game has always been terrible.
At least you remember your face and name, right?
Yeah.
It's the most important thing.
Yeah, I found myself enjoying this song by the end of it. It's like, yeah, it's a little softer. It's very typical of the Satoyama.
Yeah.
Satoyama. What's the other one?
I thought it was for Satoyama, but it actually isn't really for Satoyama. I don't think they do Satoyama anymore, so.
It's under Satoyama channel.
It is, but it's for a TV show called Furusato no Yume, which is the title of the song. It's hosted by Nakajima Saki, is all I know. So, it's not the classic Satoyama where they're farming and shit, you know? I'm assuming.
Well, it's not so much. I don't know if it's so much farming. It's more, a back to
Countryside,
country thing.
humble living,
Yeah.
which is funny because basically everyone is from like the city or the suburbs. The only one I can see it being not, being in the countryside is Kami Kokuryo, who's from Kumamoto. It's not really a much of a city place, but like Nakajima Saki, Kanazawa Tomoko, they're both from Saitama. Ishida Yumi's from Sendai, which is one of the more city-ish places in the Northeast. So, yeah, it's kind of funny. Like you would pick, I don't know, someone like, trying to think of a member who's from like the middle of nowhere in Hello Project. Like Takahashi Ai, she's from Fukui, right? And Michisuke Sayumi from Yamaguchi, they're more countryside, so those people would make more sense. But I'm not gonna nitpick. I'm just pointing it out. I don't care that they're from suburbs, but just saying.
Yeah.
The PV, each member is just kind of walking around doing their shit in the countryside. Ishida Emi's playing with a dog. Kami Kokuryo is waiting at a train station and, doing random shit around the countryside. And the members suddenly meet up in the middle of the PV. And that's basically it.
But they don't really meet up in the middle of the PV, and at the end they're waving to each other, or appear to be waving to each other.
Right, because they're going back
platform.
to Tokyo.
Yeah,
It's basically it's in the lyrics, I believe. It's like, hey, Tokyo has this and this and this, but my hometown has it too, or something like that. Something rather. So they're going back. So they're going back home.
The lyrics made a thing about how their connections won't flick,
Hmm.
won't waver, whatever.
Right.
Um, but this PV is very desolate.
Right. There's hardly
Like,
anyone else in the PV.
yeah, there's almost no one in the PV. There's like one or two shopkeepers, and that's it.
Yeah, and you don't even see their face. You see like their arm.
Yeah,
So
it's I don't know. It's weird.
yeah, it's like I went to my hometown. No one lives here.
Yeah,
It's a ghost town.
I mean, then yeah, for me that would be pretty close to accurate.
Well, for you maybe, but you know, Japan. Even in Japan, when you even live in a countryside, houses aren't like that much separated. You'll always have like some sort of community.
Yeah,
It'll be in the middle of nowhere, but you'll have a community of, people within walking distance at least, or biking
yeah,
distance. For you, you have
and
neighbors miles apart, right? So
yeah.
that's just
Well,
the product of the U.S. being so big. So
yeah. I mean, not where I live now, but where I grew up, yeah. Where I was born, not quite so much, but it's a very small town, so.
where you had a school of two people or something, right?
Um, well, that wasn't where I was born, but yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. All right. Anything else?
No.
Rate it, dog.
I will give this song a 82. I really enjoyed this song. The PV is again, it's pretty boring. I find it slightly more engaging for some reason than Bandjanaimon.
Mhm.
So I'll give this one like a 75. But I don't know why I find it more engaging. Maybe because I do know who the members are. But
Yeah. Um, PV, I'll give a 70. It's shot nicely. Maybe I'm being too nice, but maybe my bias is setting in. It's shot nicely. The locations are cool, but it's desolate. There's no one around. Looks like a ghost town. I don't know if that puts your hometown in a positive light, or maybe they're trying to be scenic and make it look pretty in the back. I don't know, but to me, it just looks dead. Uh, Song, I'll give it a 78. It's really well done. One of these soft, ballady, mid-tempo ballad songs that usually aren't my thing, but this is a song that if it comes up, I probably wouldn't skip. And this is a song I definitely consider putting on my playlist. Yeah, that's Kamiishinaka Kana. God damn it. Song's called Furusato no Yume. Next up, Shiritsu Ebisu Chuugaku, Nana Iro, Rainbow.
there's definitely a trend going on this week with the videos.
Uh, what
They're
is the
all
trend?
very kind of desolate.
Ah, yep. Now that you mention it, you're right. I guess we'll talk about the PV first then, since you brought up the visuals in it. Um, this PV opens up with the members being shot with a profile side view, and as each member sings their line, they kind of step in front of the member that sang the previous line, and it made this cool effect that doesn't require any sort of hard work or post editing work, post filming work, and it's neat. I wish more choreographed moments were occurring in PVs, but I thought that was really powerful. It's the thing that stuck out the most to me.
That I hadn't noticed that until you mentioned it, but yeah, yeah,
It's
that's
really cool.
cool.
Yeah, it's really
Um,
cool.
no, the thing that stuck out to me when I watched this was the colors.
Outfits.
Yeah, the outfits.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And at the start of the PV, they're all in very dark, like somber looking outfits, colors anyway. Um, The outfits don't really change style wise. I don't think too much throughout. But they had this really interesting effect going on with them.
Yeah, it's there, especially in the beginning of the PV or during the verse of the song. The members are kind of touching each other in the shoulder as to pass on like energy or the lines, and it changes the color of their outfits as they swap. Swap their lines. It's really neat. It's a cool effect.
And their outfits change as they sing it too.
Right. It's just like this. What do you call it? Like an aurora looking color.
Uh,
It's just like a waving color, purple pinkish effect to it.
yeah, it's kind of a gradient that fades back and forth.
Yeah, exactly. It's,
Um,
it's neat.
and then they have the shots where they're laying down in the grass,
Yeah,
and their outfits are constantly transitioning between colors,
yeah,
which is cool.
yeah. It's neat.
When they're walking down the path there, they're not changing, but that's okay. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
it's okay.
but
I
then
mean,
when they're standing on the hill, they raise their arms and they change. So
yeah. I mean, they keep it interesting with the color changing, so I don't mind that the outfits don't really change. I think it's cool.
yeah, no, I didn't mind the outfits not changing. I just wonder how they did it.
Yeah, it's interesting because they're clearly not wearing like green screen outfits.
Yeah. No, you could definitely tell. I was wearing a red dress.
Yeah. Like there are shots where they're clearly wearing what they're wearing. So like
Yeah.
especially when they get bundled into that bouquet of flowers, like they become the flowers inside a bouquet.
Yeah.
Towards the middle of the PV, that scene, the colors don't change at all. They're static colors, and yeah, I don't know if that's something we're supposed to look into, but yeah, as soon as they're in the bouquet, their clothing stops changing colors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least in that scene. Actually, yeah, I think that's probably is about where it stops in the video, except for maybe like one of the scenes where they're laying down.
Right. And towards the end, there's one shot of that happening, but once they're inside the bouquet, they're totally not changing the colors. If it's
Yeah.
outside, they are, but not inside the bouquet. So, yeah, it's definitely like you said, a desolate PV. There's no one else but the members, which it's whatever. They're in a field, field of grass and flowers. So, I guess not too many people would be around there. It's not like they're in the city, right? So, it's okay, I think. But
Well, they're in a park, I think.
yeah,
Because
could
they're
be
walking. Some of the shots, they're walking along like the outside, and you can see the city.
right. But most of the time, it's like all grass.
Yeah.
So, uh, but yeah, it's still outside of the color effects and seeing the members. It's not a super interesting PV. They're not doing anything mind blowing. It's very much walking and singing at the camera, and that's about it.
Yeah, it reminds me of the last year's and the year before's, ballad song that they did.
All right.
In the way it's shot, in the way it's. The whole song's done.
Yeah.
It even kind of reminds me of Superhero.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Um, in the way it's shot, anyway. The
Yeah.
video shot.
Yeah. Let's talk about the song. It's not your typical Ebichu fuck it up, energy. It's very much like Kanjo Densha, the other PV that we talked about for their album. It's very safe. It's very much one of those songs like I'm trying to think Gambateru Tochu and Tail Tsunago.
I would say Gambate. No.
No, Gambateru Tochu sounds exactly like this dude.
I would say it has more energy. Especially
Yeah,
in
yeah, I
the
guess.
vocals.
Yeah, they sing a little harder.
This is very much typical Ebisu ballad.
Right.
It's
As
not.
ballady as it gets.
Yeah, it doesn't actually sound like a traditional ballad, but this is an Ebisu ballad.
Right. This is what they consider ballad.
Which I'm fine with. I
Yeah.
prefer this to the, Nogizaka ballad.
Right. This is definitely way more up tempo, way more energetic. So, and yeah, I really like the melodies. I think it's pretty and really pleasant.
It's pleasant, but I still don't find myself engaging with the song.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
I
think it's
mean,
great. I think it's a great song. I mean, it's not great's a strong word. I think it's a good song.
yeah, I think it's a good song, but it's not my. It's missing something for me.
Right. I mean, it's definitely lacking that Ebichi personality, right? It's just, yeah, it's not
Yeah,
hype. It's not energetic. It's not goofy,
which, yeah.
which
I
is what we come to
have.
expect from Ebichu.
I've come to expect them to do at least one song like this every year.
Right. But now it's two songs off of an album that are
That,
the album songs that are being featured, I guess.
yeah,
So that's a
that is true.
little scary for me. I'm wondering if they're gonna start going like the safer routes and stray away from the Stardust craziness. So I'm a little
Mm,
scared.
I I doubt it.
Hope
I
so.
really doubt it. I don't think they would have gone to Vegas for training if that was the case. So, yeah, I don't see that happening.
I hope not. Well, this PV just makes it more obvious that this group is now a 7-member group. It's fucking crazy.
Oh god, I just heard Influenza the other day.
Hmm.
And I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I mean that's a Matsuno song. If there ever was the Matsuno song, that's definitely
Yeah.
it.
I'm just listening to that and I'm going, damn, she's
Yeah,
gone.
yeah. When you see the members in the bouquet, you see that oh my god, this group is only a 7-member group now.
The group has shrunk a lot.
Yeah, at one point there were like a 9 or 10 member group, right? So
One point, I think they were like 12.
yeah, when you still had like Anonatsu and
Well, Natsu and
Suzuki,
Mizuki, and then there were
Mizuki, yep,
Hana.
Suzuki Hirono, yeah, I'm probably missing other people, but yeah,
Oh God, Jesus, there were. Wow, there's three, six, 9 members that have graduated from the group.
yeah.
Or
Well,
no, okay, let
two or
me
three of
rephrase.
them graduated before they even became known, so
Let me rephrase that. There's 8 that have graduated.
yeah, it's quite a bit. But
They
you know what?
put
They found good members to fill those holes. Like Kobayashi Kaho and Nakama Riko are pretty great. So
they put Matsuno Arena in the former members, and she didn't
yeah,
graduate. But
unfortunately,
yeah, there was like Narumi, uh, Hina,
that's
Hinaki,
even before I got into Ebichu. So
Rio, Reina. I think I got in around the time Reina graduated.
yeah,
So,
for me it was right after.
oh my god, I was 18.
Yep, really
Oh
puts it
my
into perspective.
god.
All right, anything else?
No.
Rate it.
God, she's 18 and she still sounds like that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Uh, um, I'm gonna have to give this song like a 75. It just doesn't. It doesn't jive with me. The PV, I'll give a 75 as well. I like the way they did some of the art, but it is still pretty lackluster.
Hmm. I'll give the PV a 76. It's really well done. I like the idea of the colors changing and stuff. But yeah, it's pretty boring even then. Song, I'll give a 79. It's really catchy for one of these songs that aren't like super my style, so yeah, not bad. That's Shiritsu Ebisu Chuugaku Nanairo. Next up, Woltanative, which could be pronounced as alternative, but pronounced or spelled Woltanative.
What a native?
Woltanative, yes, absolutely. The song's called
Uh,
Natsu no Kaori no Pas de Deux.
Padudu.
It's French.
Yeah.
So when I read it in Japanese, I was like, "What the fuck is a pas de deux?" I had no idea what the fuck that is. And then, thankfully, this PV has lyrics, and they do say those words pas de deux. So it's a form of ballet dancing, I believe. I googled it. Pas
Oh.
de pas de deux. Pas de deux.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is form of ballet, literally
Has to.
step of two, male and female. Nice. So yeah, it's definitely not a French song. It's Japanese, and yeah, I guess it's a summer song because Natsu is in the title. And yeah, it's under the Maples family, so the song is definitely EDM pop.
Maples.
Remember Maples, Hiroshima Maples?
Oh, yeah, okay.
So this is under that umbrella. So everything they do is basically EDM, and this is no different. It is
Mm,
hard to say what group does this these days. I mean, it's definitely more poppy than something like Stereo Tokyo. You know, that Stereo Tokyo is
yeah.
straight up EDM.
Yeah, this is almost synth pop.
You're right, right. It's not like it's not like perfume, sort of perfume-ish, but not really. It's more EDM rather than like chiptune. Not saying perfume is chiptune, but
Yeah.
they've used chiptune sounds. So
Or yeah. I'm not exactly sure what it'd be, but it definitely sounds more synth pop than EDM necessarily.
right,
I think the Walt is actually supposed to be like Volt.
Volt.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I think that's what they're like playing off of with it. But I'm not sure. That's purely off of guessing.
Yeah, it's definitely not my kind of music. It's not. Aside from them saying "pas de deux," it's not very catchy. It's very whatever. It's there. It's okay.
Yeah, I was listening to this and I the only part of the song that actually like grabbed my attention was the EDM breakdown that's towards the end. And I'm like, "Oh, wow, this is very EDM-ish." And I didn't really feel the rest of the song was, it doesn't have that danceability for me.
Yeah. I mean, this is you don't really dance. No, you could dance to it, I guess,
Yeah,
but
you could,
you're
but
basically just doing like this, like waving your hands in the air and shit.
yeah. So I don't know if I. Yeah, this song just did not keep my interest at all.
Yeah.
I started listening to it, and it's just like it faded into the background, and when the EDM drop hit, it's like, okay, um, what was I listening to, and why am I hearing EDM?
Yeah, it's
That
uh, it's underwhelming.
literally, yeah, those were literally my thoughts when I was listening to this the
You could
first couple
pretty much
times.
just toss it into the pile of EDM pop songs and not blink an eye. It doesn't really separate itself from any of the rest of the pack. It's not even that catchy. You know, it's well done. It has its moments, but it's not consistently grabby. It fails to keep me captivated.
Yeah, I'm not
So
even sure I'd say it's yeah. Other than the breakdown, I wouldn't say it's grabby at all for me.
yeah, I mean, it sets the tone. It's got a good feel to it. It sets the atmosphere that if you want to feel this way. To me, it's a little too melancholy for me. So
Yeah.
I'm already sad. I have a sad life. I don't need to feel more sad by listening to sad sounding stuff. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's not in the mood for it. The PV is very appropriate, I guess would be the right term to the song.
Yeah, I guess.
A lot of cityscapes, you know, a lot of editing effects.
Yeah.
Basically, any effect you can find on Sony movie studios, they used at different points in the PV.
It's very. I don't know. This was probably the single worst PV of the night for me.
Hmm.
It's like that other. Who was it? The girl that broke off from. She does stuff like. Oh, the retro group, the '80s VHS group.
Oh, Especia?
Yeah, she did stuff like that. This kind of reminds me of that, and it just
Yeah, but that I know you're talking about. It's Wakita Monari's In the City, and she was
yeah,
just riding through the city in a cab, and then also having the city's skylines like projected on her face. I
yeah.
do remember that. That one didn't have so much, you know, post production effect work. You know,
Oh yeah, no,
this is
definitely
basically
not.
all that.
But it gives me the same feel.
Hmm.
It does not interest me to watch it.
Yeah, it's shot in that very like gritty nightlife kind of way. You know, girls
And
looking sad in the dark city, basically.
and extreme close-ups, very tight cameras,
Yeah, it's a little
with
tight.
only their faces showing.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
There's no dancing whatsoever.
Yeah,
So yeah, it just. In fact, I'm not even sure there's any like lip syncing on the PV.
no, there is. It's just it's not a
Oh,
very emotive song, so you don't really go
notice.
crazy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, just yeah, it's pretty whatever.
Yeah, and it's very even the it's cropped. That's the term for it. It's cropped in, so like just the center of the screen is showing.
Yeah, and it's cropped in weird like dimensions. It's not even like a
Yeah,
4 by 3 dimension. It's like a
yeah,
shitty like photo frame
yep.
cropping. It's like not really a square.
And then when they crop it to the rectangle for the widescreen, they leave the lyrics in the top corner that are white against the like gray background, so you can barely
Hmm.
read them,
Yeah.
which just annoys me to no end.
Yeah, I think the director and editor were trying to be too artsy with it, and I would think most people who consider themselves artists would find it offensive if they did this in the name of art.
I don't know about that, but
I just don't think it's like good. It's just pointless things that isn't necessary.
yeah, I mean, I don't get any. emotion out of this or meaning out of it. So
Yeah.
for being artsy, it's just I don't know, or if it's supposed to be anyway.
I think it's trying very hard to be.
And I think the song is kind of the same way. It's trying very hard to be something, and it's falling short.
Yeah. All right. I don't know. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Rate it, dude.
I'm gonna give this a. I'm gonna give them both a 65 because that sounds like a good round number.
I'll give the PV a 50. I think it's not good at all. It's just like, hey, I filmed a whole bunch of footage of, members walking around the city and just added whatever effects I could find and didn't give a shit. Um, the one PV I can think of off the top of my head that used effects really well is that one Prismy PV we talked about, and I remember Chasing going nuts on it, like because he loved it so much. I think it was Prismy. It was a couple months ago, and it was really well done, like visually, like super awesome effects. This PV tried to do that, and I think it fell really short.
Prismy?
I think it was Prismy, yeah. They got like a hot shot director or something, and he directed it, and it's like really well done. A lot of effects. Yeah. I don't ever want to see this PV again. And the song, I'll give a 69. I think they got the feel right. They got the mood. They got the atmosphere. Just needed a little bit more of a hook and a little more energy, I think. Just very lazy sounding. So, yeah. That's Woltanative. Or alternative. Natsu no Kaori no Padadu. Next up, Tokimeki Sendenbu. Do Dreamer. I have to make sure I get it right, It's four Dodos. Yeah. Speaking of Stardust.
Yeah. It's very Stardust.
Well, it's fucking Hyundai wrote it, so what do you expect?
That explains some stuff.
Yeah. So, uh, it is fucking Hyundai as fuck.
Yeah. It is. Stardust needs to break their rule of never adding members. This
Did
group
they add
is,
someone?
They need to add someone.
Oh.
Tokimeki's lost like 2 or 3 members.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They weren't originally a 4-member group?
No, there was a yellow.
Oh, shit. That sucks.
And I'm not too sure there wasn't a 6th member, but yeah, it just I don't know. It's lacking in voices, I think. I guess it just yellow left, but
Mm-hmm.
in fact she left 6 days ago.
Oh, fucking goddamn it. So, I guess we can talk about the PV. It is shot in a studio, CG, green screen, and the only set they actually have is like a spinning globe in the background. That's basically a CG globe or projected globe.
Yeah.
And yeah, rest of the time they're just hanging out in like comic book cells and shit.
Yep.
So,
And they've got God, I can't think of his name.
Takeiso.
Okay.
Yeah, that workout guy.
D-
He wrote the lyrics. That's why he's in this PV.
okay.
Yeah.
Takehisa.
Takeiso. Take is his
Uh,
last name. So is his first name.
okay, maybe I don't know him then.
No, he's a famous. He's been on like Ariyoshi. I think he was on Ariyoshi when he was like training or fighting against Sashi or something. He's been in like idol programming for sure.
Yeah. No, I was thinking of the Neko guy.
Oh, that's Neko Hiroshi's a completely different person.
Yeah.
Neko Hiroshi's a marathon runner. This guy's like this motivational workout speaker dude slash talent.
Because I know he's done. Yeah, Neko Hiroshi's done stuff with Momoclo
Mm-hmm.
quite a bit.
Right.
Yeah, I like this song, all right, but it feels very chaotic. Well, not chaotic. It feels very disjointed in the vocals.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like they're singing off time with each other in a few spots, and it just kind of becomes this pile of noise in your ear.
I think that's a Hyodine thing. Hyodine has done stuff like that. Like he does the very specific like punchy instrumentals to like send a point home and stuff. And stuff like he did in like Zeta Densetsu. It's very clear that it happens here as well.
Well, I mean, I generally enjoy his stuff, but
Yeah,
the
but he doesn't write
vocals-
stuff like this anymore. This is his early stuff.
Yeah.
This seems like, oh, we gave it to Momoclo, but they got Zeta Densetsu instead, so we gave it to you guys.
Was that Zidane? Was that written by him?
I would think so.
I
I would be very surprised if it isn't, because that song has very specific rhythms that Hyodine uses in a lot of his music. It's the thing that goes da 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 da. You know that rhythm.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Okay, it was.
Yeah, so it's very clear. It happens here too. And as soon as I heard it, I knew it was Hyodine because Hyodine's the only one that uses that rhythm.
Yeah, and I prefer Dino Jinja to Zidane.
You're fucking insane, but okay.
What can I say? And I don't know. This one just the vocals rub me the wrong way on this one. The instrumentals are fine, but there are a few in like I guess the bridge and the chorus that I really don't like for the vocals.
Weird. I didn't think the vocals were odd at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't say they're odd. It's just the way that they were overlaid, I guess. I don't like them.
Okay.
And Blue seems to have a really weak voice.
She's the best member.
Why?
Because she reminds me of Ogasawara Mayu from NMB.
Okay.
She looks like her.
Okay.
So. She's my Oshi.
I can see that.
Yeah. She's my Oshi already because of that.
Yeah, that was another thing that I noticed was that like blue, green, and red all kind of look similar.
Oh, green has twin tails.
Yeah, I'm talking like facial shape and features.
No, I think red and pink look similar. They have like
Yeah.
the same exact head.
Blue's like the one that stands out.
Yeah, she has a very round face. Round face, fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything else to say about the song, but well, there's really not much to say about the PV either.
Well, yeah, there is more to say.
No, there's a globe in the back, and
No, I'm talking the song.
Oh, no,
what
there
is
isn't.
what is with the speaking lines or the chanting lines
They're chanting like
in
an
English?
Oendan. You know, they're chanting like an Oendan.
In English,
Yeah, who cares?
what is your dream? What is my dream?
Yeah, that's
What
fucking-
is our dream?
Yep. It's a dream of some kind. Well, you're gonna take it up with Takei So. He wrote the lyrics.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not feeling this song.
Yeah.
Are you hyped for the song?
Yeah, I like it. I don't. It's not my favorite song of the night, but this is probably the best things Tokimeki Sendenbu's done in terms of single song wise. I was never impressed with Tokimeki Sendenbu's music, so this is definitely good for me. I like this a lot. This is a song I would definitely put on my playlist. I think it's catchy.
Is this the group that's being produced by Rennie? Or is that the other group?
Maybe I don't know. There's like fucking 5,000 Stardust groups now, so
I can never remember which one she's.
it's either them or Baten Shoujo Tai, I'm assuming.
Or the other group.
There's like 5,000 of them. I don't.
What's that other group's name? It's like Crayons or something, isn't it?
I don't know. There's a billion. There's literally a billion Stardust groups now.
No, I guess there's just Rock Japanica.
Oh, yeah, that too. Rock Japanica. Probably the best group out of the not main 4 Stardust groups.
Oh God.
What?
What? Rocket Japanica, the 4 members are former members of Miniature Bears.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're
I did not.
they're all under the same umbrella, so
Yeah. I just
right.
didn't realize that.
Anything else?
No, not with this one.
Rate it.
I'm gonna give this song a 76. The PV I'll give a 78. It's at least action packed. There's lots of movement and jumping around, so it keeps you more engaged than some of the others.
Yeah. I'll give the PV a 76. I like the comic book stuff. I think it's really well done. That part's well done, but when they move into the set with the globe spinning in the background, it looks super cheap. Like, unbelievably cheap. I don't know if it's the lighting. It just looks super, super cheap. And that's not a good look. Because the comic book stuff looks really good. The CG stuff looks good. But, yeah, the set is it's cheap looking as fuck. I would have rather them just done, like, green screen all the way in the back. So, song, I'll give it 79. It's really catchy. It's a classic Kid 9. It is basically a early Momoclo song, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, I like early Momoclo stuff, so it would make sense that I would like it. That's Tokimeki Sendenbu, Do 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 Dreamer. Last but not least, Fuwafuwa, Koi Hanabi. This is the first thing we've ever talked about on the show by Fuwafuwa because they're under Avex, and Avex is like, fuck you, we're only going to do 1.5 minute shorts, and they finally released something that contains basically the entire song, so thank God we can talk about them. We've heard a lot about they're under an umbrella. I don't know exactly what the umbrella is called. I think it's called like Harajuku Ekimae Kagekidan or some shit.
Front stage.
I don't know.
I don't know. According to Google Translate, it's Harajuku Station front parties and Harajuku Station front stage.
Exactly. Yeah. I just googled it. Yep. So there's a lot of hype around them. So this is the first thing we got to talk about by them finally. Yeah. It's a very standard summer kind of, I don't know. What would you call this? Like, not sad, but kind of like seishun-ish, you know?
Yeah.
it kind of takes me back to my teenage years. Like, oh, I should have confessed to that girl when I had the chance. Ooh, kind of feel to it.
Reminiscent.
Yes, yes, yes. Nostalgic, reminiscent feel to it. It makes me regret my failed romances in high school. That's the sort of feeling. Not that I want to feel that way, but when it's that long ago, it's kind of funny looking back. You know.
Yeah.
So.
So apparently this group's got 18 members.
Well, I mean, it's a whole thing. Like the Harajuku Ekimai stage parties is like a whole thing, and they have like subunits under that. So.
Well, if I'm reading this translation right, the members are actually working in. Well, I don't know if they're subunits or like other groups that they're the main, thing they do or what. But there's several groups in here I've never heard of.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's like Fuwafuwa, Harajuku Otome, Hara Eki Stage A, Pink Diamond,
Nico Pucci, Loveberry.
It's a lot of fucking groups under them, so.
Well, these are groups that the members are a part of.
Right. That's what I read off. It's kind of crazy.
So.
Not exactly how the system works, but yeah.
No, I was kind of I was looking at this going, and how does this group become under AVEX?
Yeah, so
with such a I don't know. Well, I won't say a large budget, but a budget.
Yeah, I mean, this is like clearly like really well done. It's not crazy to think that a lower budget group can do a PV like this, but like the quality of the camera, the design, the production,
the outfits,
the editing, the outfits, it's really well done. So it makes sense that they're backed by AVEX.
The not shabby looking locations.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, a indie idol group could do a PV like this, but the locations would look a lot shabbier.
Right, and the camera definitely wouldn't be as crisp.
Yeah.
Vu says Fuwafuwa and Stage A have debuted, so the other groups are not debuted yet. But yeah, there's a lot of people. Okay.
Yeah. I wasn't sure how many members there were in the group, but yeah.
It's a lot.
And this is what, like their fourth single?
Something like that, I would think. There's definitely multiple. Yeah, fourth single.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Unfortunately, it's a double A side. Unfortunately, that one's a minute and a half, so probably not worth talking about.
Yeah. Is it more upbeat than this?
I don't know, honestly. I didn't watch it. I would imagine it is because it's called Cheerleader, and I'll be sad as fuck if it was a song called Cheerleader and it was sounding sadder than this song. So yeah, this song has a very early 2000s feel to it. It's got like not rapping, but like the fast vocal speaking thing that Japan loves to do. They consider it rapping. They do that in the middle of the song, so it's very, to me, that's why it feels nostalgic to me, is because it just feels throwback in its execution. So yeah, it's got a nice feel to it.
Oh boy.
What?
Cheerleader.
Why? What? Is it bad?
It's interesting. It's a rap song.
Well, I definitely wasn't expecting that.
It reminds me a little bit of like Lyrical School, but more lighthearted.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I don't know what to think of this.
Oh, this song sounds like a Disney pop.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah, I can't do this. I'm sorry. I can't do that one. No, dude, not for me. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm glad this one's the one that we get to talk about.
Yeah.
This is way better.
Yeah, that would. I don't know
That
what
was
it
rough.
is about it, but yeah, no.
Ooh, that was rough. Yeah, that was like a bad Disney pop song. It's shit that was Miley Cyrus's second single when she was like 15 or whatever. That's what it sounded like.
I'm not even sure Miley Cyrus would have done that.
Yeah, maybe her standards were even higher. I don't know, but yeah, this is a pretty catchy song. I like it.
Really?
Yeah, I like it.
I'm kind of surprised at that.
Yeah,
I
I
would
was.
not have expected you to like this type of song.
Look, I just need a good hook. You know, this. I think this song has a good hook. They're not trying to do anything innovative here. You know, it's very throwbacky and retro, 90s, late 90s, early 2000s kind of pop music. So it's very unimaginative, but I think it's catchy. I like the melody.
Yeah, I'm not feeling the hook in this one.
Yeah. I don't blame you. It's a subtle one.
Um, I think it's better than some of the other stuff we listened to tonight, but overall, I'd have to say probably one of the weakest.
Yeah.
And the PV is definitely not for me.
Yeah, the PV's granted it's shot very nicely, but it suffers from everything else that we talked about. The same thing, which is it's desolate. There's really nothing happening.
Yep.
It's like, oh, we're in the countryside in a, you know,
And an
nice
onsen.
Japanese, inn-looking place, but they don't really explore outside that, and it's very empty because it's just well, there are 18 members, I guess, so it's not really empty, but it's just them.
But none of the shots really show all the members.
Right.
Most of the time, it's like 3 or 4 members at a time,
Yeah.
which makes it feel smaller than it is.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all very slow, very. I don't know. It's some of it's kind of intricate, but it's just not that interesting to watch. And all the dancing is done with their
And
hands.
yeah, it's a
So
very it's a one of those, it's not a ballad, but some people would fall asleep to it.
Saka no Hanabi Tachi? Oh.
Sure.
It does. It kind of gives me that Sakura song feel.
Yeah, it's got a little more energy to it, but yeah, it's definitely in that vein for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
and there is this one storyline throughout where the center girl gets is like waiting for an invitation from her crush to
Hmm.
go see the fireworks and stuff, and there's a payoff at the end, but it's not it's not interesting. We don't give a shit. Fans of this group are like, "Fuck, why is she hanging out with dudes?"
I didn't realize there was a storyline to this, so.
There isn't. That's just at the end. She checks her phone. She's like, "Oh, the dude wants to meet me at the fireworks thing," and yeah, and it just ends. So,
Hmm.
you know, all right.
I thought the whole storyline behind it was, oh, we need to gather some stuff for the tonight when we have our bonfire.
Right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you want to call it a storyline, sure.
Yeah, that
It's
the
just
shots
more
of
like a
them.
theme.
Yeah, the shots of them getting the watermelon and cutting it. Well, not
Right.
really cutting it, but like figuring out how many slices they need.
Right.
Yeah, but
They
yeah,
did the math.
I wouldn't call it really much of a theme.
Yeah. Anything else?
No.
Rate it.
Uh, Again, the song's not bad, but it's really not my taste. I'll give it a 75. It's pretty average for me for this type of song it is. The PV, I'll give like a 73. It's not badly shot, it's just really dull.
Yeah.
Really slow paced.
Yeah, it's nicely shot. It is a little little hint of Japan filter. But yeah, the front members of this group, very cute. Um, I don't often comment on looks very
Hmm.
quickly. I like to wait and see, but they're presented in a very attractive way. So yeah, they have that going for them for sure. Uh, yeah, it is boring. It's not a PV I need to see ever again, but I think the way the members are shot might be enough for me to revisit it. You know, because the members look good, and I like the yukatas. They're all different and interesting. So, song I'll give a 79. I think it's catchy. It's got a nice feel to it. It's in the same vein as like the Kami Ishi fucking Hello Project subunit thing that we talked about. It's similar in
Hmm.
feel as a song, so yeah. Yeah, that's Fuwafuwa, Koi Hanabi. And that's all the PVs we're going to talk about tonight. But before we end the show, we must decide on the MVPV of the night. Might be the hardest one we've had in a while.
Yeah, because. Ooh.
Like, I have very positive things to say about everything except for Woltanative. Oh, man. Okay, so it's difficult. I think it's going to be difficult to give you like my top two. So I'll give you my top three just to give you an idea.
Okay.
My top three is Furusato no Yume, the Hello Project subunit, Nanaido Ebichu, and Koi Hanabi Fuwafuwa. And then probably Tokimeki Sendenbu after.
Yeah, see, Tokimeki, I think, would be like one of the lower ones for me.
Okay. So we agree there. So what will be your top three?
Probably the same thing.
Okay. Cool. So Kamiishinaka Kana, Shiritsu Ebisu Chuugaku, and Fuwafuwa. Are we solid on the top three?
Yeah.
Okay. So which one would you say has the best song of the three for you? I don't know if you remember your score. I don't remember my score, but I think I had them. I had all three around the same area.
Yeah, I don't remember mine. I know that I had Furusato pretty high up there.
Yeah.
Like 82, 83, something like that.
You liked Furusato more than Nanaido?
Um, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will say I think Nanaido was my number one song, and Furusato and Koi Hanabi were probably tied for me. So we're split there.
Yeah, I'd probably put Fuwafuwa as like third.
Okay. That's fine. I can get down with that. Um, so of the three, which PV do you like the most?
Uh, Furusato. Well, I don't know. That's tough because they're all along the same theme.
I will say Nanaido. At least,
Yeah,
see, the thing is, at least the color gradient stuff was interesting. Furusato
yeah,
just had like nice shots, basically.
yeah.
Like, ooh, look at the train station.
That's really shabby looking. Oh,
Yeah, that's all it was. At least Nanaido, there were some colors and stuff popping around. You know,
yeah,
that's why
yeah.
I would say PV is Nanaido.
Yeah, yeah. I'd probably go with that because Fuwa is basically the same thing as Furusato.
Right, right. I would say that's a wash. So
Yeah,
to me, it sounds like Furusato and Nanaido are the top two. Is that fair?
yeah,
Okay. Now we need to nail down to the one. Um, if you feel like that strongly about Furusato no Yume's song, I can go with that. But does anything in Nanaido like does the PV in Nanaido like even come close to like washing out how strong you feel about Furusato no Yume?
PV wise, no, not really.
No, no. In the song, you didn't like that song that much, anyways, right?
I mean, I didn't mind it, but yeah, I'm not.
You like Furusato
That's
more.
yeah,
Okay. I mean, if you want to give it to Furusato no Yume, I'm okay with it. If you want to do that.
yeah. I would have to give it to them because
Yeah.
I found that PV the most enjoyable. I think.
Okay. That's fine. Okay, we'll go with Kamiishinaka Kana. Furusato no Yume as the MVPV of the night. So,
Yeah, that.
fucking Sinku hit us up, motherfucker.
Yeah, Sunku.
Yeah. So, yeah, they
Uh,
win MVP of the night, and Ebi choose Nanaido close second. So, yeah. Um,
Yeah, I have to say, when I first listened to Furusato, I did not actually pay attention to the PV.
right.
I did not realize it was Hello Project
Fuck.
the
Oh,
first time I
God.
listened to it,
That's hilarious.
and it. I mean,
I mean, the name doesn't make it itself very clear.
no, and
So,
it's not typical Sunku either.
right. Probably not written by Sunku.
No, it's definitely not.
So, yeah.
Takeshi somebody.
Mhm. So yeah, that's yeah, interesting. Yeah, we are good for the show. Check out newschoolkana.com. That's where all the podcast reviews and whatnot is posted. Check us out Friday nights or Saturday nights. We might be moving dates, so follow New School Kana on Twitter or my Twitter at Yoshirector, Draco's Twitter at Draco60 to get updates on when we go live with the show. We typically broadcast on Friday nights at 8, or we're going to try and go around Saturday night at 10 p.m. So we're trying to work around our schedules a bit, and we'll figure it out. And just follow us on Twitter, and you'll get the updates day before or day of, a couple
Yep.
hours before.
10,
Um,
10, 10 p.m. Eastern time.
yeah, 10 p.m. Eastern on Saturday is what we're shooting for next week. I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be a permanent thing, but just follow Twitter and you'll get the updates for that. Yeah, and I think that's it for this week's show. We'll see you guys next week.
Later.